Da, 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 da.
Greetings, fellow test subjects. Test subject 1337 here for Aperture Gaming. They make it, we test it, you play it. And now it's time to blow off some steam as Aperture Gaming is proud to present a B.O.S. review. Now, after the intensity and subject matter of my previous review, I wanted to take a step back and play a game that was more aimed at a more casual audience. This game, now here's what. This game, it's more relaxed, more lower tone, lower key, but there are still a couple of things that I do have to give a warning about. This game is set during the Victorian era. It's the year 1890, and you're in England. The main protagonist that you play as is female, so unfortunately, there's some commentary in the game that could be seen as sexist or sexual discrimination. And also, there's a few areas that talk about religion and some different religions. So it's a period piece game, and it's set in London. So if some of this stuff is offensive to you, or I just want to make sure you know what it is you're getting into, because while it's not something that's blatant, that's a main factor point of the game, that they do have those in there. So it's just to give you a heads up. So what is this game? Well, please join me as we take a trip to Botany Manor. Here we go.
Series.
Like I said, the name of the game is Botany Manor, and I don't think it is a sequel, a prequel, or an in-between quel. I think it's a standalone title.
Team.
Botany Manor was developed by Balloon Studios and published by Whitethorn Games.
Plot.
As I previously said, the game is set in 1890, and the main character is Arabella Green. She is a botanist who is attempting to find lost plants, trying to grow them in her home to publish a book. Now, unfortunately, for Miss Green, as I've stated, there are some people, because it is the 1890s, it is London, and since she is a woman, there are some people that are like, botany is a serious field of study for serious scientists, for men. So you can continue your little at-home hobby, but we will not support it. So yeah, that's a problem right there. But the thing is, you go around, you collect seeds, and your goal is to try to find these plants so you can publish your book.
Gameplay controls.
The gameplay is in first-person mode. You walk around various parts of your mansion, from the greenhouse to the inside to the backyard to the courtyard. You find a map, and here's what you collect the seeds. And in each new location, you go to these locations, and the locations that you unlock have information like a poster that talks about this location, or a book that talks about the fable behind this very specific flower. And in each location, you put the clues together to figure out how do you replicate the plant? How do you get it to grow in certain conditions? And each time you do, you then unlock new areas to explore in the manor. And sometimes you have to pay attention to areas you've previously taken a look at, because it's a gardening puzzle exploration game with a touch of a walking simulator.
Graphics.
The graphics for this game, the way it looks, it kind of reminds me of like the Unfinished Swan. It looks like you're inside a painting at some points. While stuff is detailed, it's not like hyper realistically detailed. But the color palette is amazing. Like, you have all these vibrant colors because you have a good balance between nature and industrialism. You have walls, you have the greenhouses, you have iron engines, you have the interior of the lovely manor, but you also have nature outside in all its splendor of the blue sky, the fluffy clouds, the grass, the rolling hills. It is a very beautiful looking game, and very easy on the eyes in some areas.
Audio.
The audio is interesting. It does have have like a musical track for some areas. Sometimes it's on loop to help progress the story until you do something. But like, there's the fireplace crackling. There's when you're walking on a rug or a carpet or on a sandy path, the sound that your footsteps make do change based on where you're walking. When you're outside, you have the ambiance of nature going on, birds chirping, insects buzzing around, the occasional breeze. So it's a very peaceful sounding, yeah. And like you'll hear some other stuff, like you'll hear musical cues, like when you get something right, or if you're guessing and you're on the right path, or if you do something wrong. There are audio cues, so very good variety of music, and interesting how there's some parts where it's just ambience and silence.
Multiplayer.
No, it is not multiplayer.
DLC.
No, as far as I can tell, there's no DLC for this game.
Issues.
There's no technical issues. Yeah. So the game like automatically saves, but you can't manually do that. It depends on like if you do something that automatically saves. I once accidentally quit the game, but I was like, oh crap, I forgot to save. It saved when I had set the pot down in a specific pot holder, but so yeah, you gotta remember where you save because otherwise it'll take you to the last place you set the pot down. Now, I guess the only issue, I have a few small issues, like when you read a poster or read part of a book, it doesn't go into the book that you're writing. Sure, it covers your mansion and the map and like all the stuff you've done for the plants, and while you're doing the plants, it has clues on how you raise that certain plant. But you can't go back and look at that in the book. Like if you see the area is, oh, you found this clue in this garden. You actually have to go to that garden and look at the thing. So you don't have like physical items on you to reference that. I would complain about a mini map, but the fact is you have the map in the book, so you just have to open that up every once in a while. So yeah, I guess my main complaint is how you have to physically travel to the location to find the stuff that you're looking for clue-wise to help you with growing the plants. So there is a slight problem with that. Another problem is the game, it is very low-key. I guess it's supposed to be a very casual game, not to, stress people out or cause problems or whatever. So I get that, I appreciate that, but the pacing seems a little slow. I guess that's what was intended. But yeah, so it is kind of a jarring difference from the previous game I went to. So I guess that's its design. So not for like the hardcore sports game enthusiast, but I guess it's a way to introduce some people to games, or for other people who don't play games too much. So it's take your pick.
Buy, rent, or pass.
I don't know. This one, it teeters in between rent and buy. It's like right there in the middle between the two of them. It is a puzzle game, so it's interesting going around the manor, finding all the stuff, and trying to figure out the combination of how to prep the seeds. But yeah, it is, like I said, the title does have, it seems like a walking simulator, so it's kind of like a very light game, like Game Light or Game Diet. So, while that might be everyone's cup of tea or pot of dirt, it is a pretty interesting title. So yeah, like I said, it's in between rent and buy.
Overall score.
It's an interesting title. Like I said, it's more for the casual gamer, because like here's what you walk around the majority of the time, and you do have a ability to speed walk a little faster than normal. But that's the thing. There's some stuff where it's like, why can't I access this since I read the map? And it's weird. So like as you progress through the game, you unlock more new areas. So like if you do have to backtrack to some areas, you do get instead of having to go around the long way, you can go through a couple of other spots. So it's a good puzzle thing. It's like I said, it's like the unfinished Swan in looks and style, but it involves plants. It looks beautiful. It sounds great. It has a good balance between audio and the calm quiet. And it's interesting exploring around this manor. And I'm not sure what the level of historical accuracy is for some of the stuff I've seen in the game, but I think it's a very, very well done piece. It's kind of like a narrative structure, not so much a game, but okay, so it is a game, but like I said, very light, very diet. So we here at Aperture Gaming, we give Botany Manor a solid 8 out of 10. Yeah, if you like what you saw, you want to give it a try, there is the demo is on Steam, so you could try it out before you buy it. But yeah, so like I said, it's been between rent and buy. Well, that's all the time we have for this episode. I'm glad we got a chance to blow off some steam with this boss review. Until next time, this has been Test Subject 1337 for Aperture Gaming. Saying thank you for watching, game on, and have a nice day.